Hi, my name is Rich. I use the he, him pronouns. You're watching my YouTube channel where I play amazing tabletop role playing games with friends. This is the Intercontinental Group of Awesome. So named because we have gamers where I am in the United States, as well as folks in Europe across the pond. So we cover many time zones. In fact, we as many time zones, almost as many time zones as 5 people could cover. We try to straddle that, except that I believe Jan and Alex are in the same time zone, but Jin, Tyler, and I are not in the same time zone. So here we are. We are continuing our series that we kicked off 2021 with Apocalypse World Burned Over. And there was a revision, pretty significant from the experience points and advancement process, a revision of the game that came out a couple of weeks ago. We have integrated that somewhat rather than completely switching over to it. So if you feel a little confused about which version of Burned Over, sorry, almost said Burning Wheel, which we are not playing, friends. But if you're confused about which Burned Over we're playing, hit me up in comments. I'll be happy to share with you, share my work and show our work, because we've all been working on this together. Jen's definitely helped to make it better. So let's quickly go over our safety tools. We have lines, veils, and then ask first. Lines against cannibalism, gratuitous cruelty presented as entertainment, and sexual assault. We have veils, meaning that we're okay if this content happens, but we'll fade to black on it quickly. The veils are eye injuries, harm to animals, and harm to children. We do not currently have anything in the ask first, which is it's contextual, check in with the group before you introduce it. But we do have 100% enthusiastic consent, a thing I really like having on our safety tools because it gives me an idea of where I should focus. And that is on hella circus shit and graphic gore. Now, of course, on top of all of this is the X card, which is there in case we need to fall back on it, in case anyone stumbles into something they didn't think to put a line or veil, or there's just a particular track that we're headed down that isn't your kind of fun. All you have to do is indicate, hey, I need the X card. We'll pause for a moment. I'll check in if it's not clear. If it is clear, I'll just double check, hey, is this the thing? You don't have to defend yourself. You don't have to explain your reasoning. It's okay. It's hard enough to X card for some folks. So I, number one, strongly encourage that you do that rather than suffering along if it harms your fun. And then we will excise that content from our play and continue on. No harm, no foul, hopefully. So with all of that out of the way, let's go around the horn and remind ourselves. Introduce yourself and tell us about your character. Let's start on the left-hand side, which means Alex. If you could, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Alex. I use he, him, and I am playing Marilyn, the operator who just won the electric circuit. He also uses he, him. And he's pretty battered, but probably on a bit of an adrenaline high.
That seems right. Jan, you're up next.
Hi, I'm Jan, he, him pronouns. I will be playing Screwloose, the gear cutter. He is creative, curious, distracted, inventive, obsessive, and restless. He is probably going to want to grab the drone now and play with that, but meantime, probably Dex is going like, no, you need care, because Marilyn is hurt. Screwloose is hurt her.
True. It's true. He may be the hurtest.
9 o'clock.
Yeah, 9 o'clock's rough. Jen, you're up.
Hey there. I'm Jen. I use she, her pronouns. I'm playing Dex the medic, who also uses she, her pronouns. And yeah, she's not going to party as hard as she might otherwise because she has patients to be looking after, such as Screwloose and to a lesser degree Marilyn, and also all of the poor poor folks who lost limbs in the Clarion laser incident. Most of the time you can find Dex being irreverent and easily fixated and flouncing around her clinic / barber shop remedy, where you can get a haircut, a dye job, a tooth pull, and if you need stitches, she's got the smallest stitches you've ever seen.
Leaves nary a scar, some say.
Some say.
Last but certainly not least is Tyler.
Hi there, I'm Tyler, he, him pronouns, and I am playing Ariel, she, her pronouns, and she's kind of a sweet, if somewhat temperamental, young lady who is the head of an artistic collective, who she takes care of and who take care of her. And she, I like to think, is a little ray of sunshine in this dark and horrible world. And she's currently riding on the high of having won quite a bit of jingle off of Marilyn's win, though she is a little concerned about her dear friend Screwloose being hurt in that, as well as one of her collective members having lost a arm.
Yeah, lost a whole hand. So first, did we reconcile how much Ariel made out with?
Yes, we did. I bet 4, and so I won 4, and now I have 9 jingle to go with my 3 barter.
Nice. So
I like to think. I would like to think that that's more than Marilyn won.
Well, you
I
did
think...
ask a question, and I have an answer. You said, well, what do you get for winning the electric circuit? If you would like to go to the custom moves, there is now a custom move that I'll go ahead and stick up on share. When you are the reigning electric circuit champion. I'll blow this up. When you are the reigning electric circuit champion, how about there we go. When you're the reigning electric circuit champion, you have +1 ongoing with moves against big top folks. Also, you can upgrade 5 rolls by 1 category. A fail to a weak hit to a strong hit. Once you've used up those 5 upgrades, though, you've worn out your welcome and lose the +1 ongoing until the next race. Does that make sense? And do you have any concerns or tweaks?
No, I really like that.
Cool. All right. So you now have the move because you are the reigning electric circuit champion.
Does that give me, is there any little boxes for me to tick off?
There are not. That is a thing I will add later, though. I promise. I'll stick it under your other moves.
Yeah, I can just put in one of the empty moves in. I can just mark off.
Okay. Cool.
Now.
And by the way, I will add to clarify, if you move a fail to a weak, but you want to move to a strong, you can use up 2 of those if you'd like. So we begin with the Maryland's huge monocycle being like wheeled in by a bunch of the big top roadies, as it were, the clown, the makeup covered burly men and women and others who are all part of the support staff of Big Top, as they are bringing it in with like lashes and ropes. And of course, this is like the honored thing. You're assured, Maryland, that you can, like, after it's on display for a little bit, that you'll be able to take it home with you. They're not going to take your vehicle, but it's definitely on display as there are celebrations. It's like brought up onto the huge round wooden stage, and it's a full theater in the round. People are gathering around and getting into seats, but there's also like a lot of lively, like it's not exactly a performance as much as there are people who want to sit down and take drinks. There are others who kind of mill about in the space between the stage and where the audience are sitting. And Maryland, you are brought up and offered this like honored seat, right? It's like a throne.
I think I'd be like slightly distracted, be like, No, no, stop. Don't touch that. No. Like, I'm not comfortable at all with all the people around my rig. It's, I'm not going to like get in their face and like push them away from it because, but at the same time, it's like a constant distraction to me.
So it's difficult to fully enjoy the ribald frivolity and celebrations because you're constantly watching to see if anyone's messing with your ride.
Yeah, and of course, like, I'm guessing I've got word that Screw Loose is like alive at this point.
That's true,
because
it kind of bailed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, I hope he's been told that he's alive and should be fine.
Whatever has disappeared into the crowd, they are evidently not receiving nearly the honors that the driver in the electric circuit is. Hawk.
Yeah, I think. Yeah,
Yes?
I think Marilyn's not too worried about it because he knows how prickly whatever can be around people, and so it's like yeah, being dragged onto stage by people. I don't think that would have gone well. So he's kind of comfortable with her doing her own thing.
Yeah. So as you are up on this throne, which has a spotlight on it, like everyone's watching you. There are people who are coming by offering you drinks or offering you drugs. Hawk, who is one of the very attractive entertainers at the big top. She's also in our NPCs tab. She comes to like sit on your lap, which you're at 6 o'clock. It hurts. How do you handle that, Marilyn?
Definitely wince and be like, and I'm like, is this stuff's free, right?
Yes, it's all for you, darling.
Okay.
She smiles and then leans in and kisses one of your bruises, which doesn't make it feel better. Yeah.
Less the cute shit. Ow.
All right. And then she slides up and moves behind the throne, but puts a hand on your shoulder. Like, seems like you're her charge or something. Maybe she's been told to stick near you. Let's cut over to Ariel. So Ariel, you run a cabaret. It's kind of a traveling show. How do you deal with the sheer opulence of Big Top?
Well, as in being in there now with
yes. And of course the party atmosphere, the fact that there are people on these like giant balls who are balancing and moving away, and then people getting on their shoulders and all the other very high hella circus shit that's taking place around you.
I mean, I appreciate the artistic nature of it. I like the big drama of it. I recognize that my show is more intimate and personal and, dare I say, artistic. But, I certainly enjoy and like the big, huge over-the-topness of this. And I've always been supportive of my people who try to come in and join with the Big Top. I think I move about it comfortably and without being overawed. But there's still also that element of it's the competition in a way, and it's a bit gauche.
Nice. Norvell, sensing your, or maybe anticipating your reaction, he makes like little wry comments from time to time. Yes, they're very good acrobats, but that is not what you bring to the world.
It's style over substance, my dear. Style over substance.
Indeed. How long do you want to hobnob here before we take our leave?
Well, we definitely should make the rounds, and I do want to check on Screwloose. It looked like he took a terrible tumble.
So let's cut to Dex. Where do you have Screwloose at this point?
Let's see. I mean, I've probably taken him to the pit stop area.
Okay.
That way.
So you're outside of Big Top then, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Like, I hate to put myself outside of the action, but that's just where I would take Screwloose to get him slightly better treatment and check in on Monk and start winding down my participation in the electric circuit for the day.
All right, cool. So yeah, Ariel, you'll find out that Dex is with Screwloose, who's outside. They are outside of the Big Top. Would you finish up here or leave there with plans to come back to Big Top?
Let's finish up. Let's at least make the polite circuits, and I do want to get over to Maryland for a moment or two. That's
like if we want to compress things geographically, perhaps Big Top is like.
Oh, I have a thing. Jinx is going to come and fetch Dex because Maryland's hurt, and that's way more important. So that's about to happen.
All right, cool.
I got you, but thank you very much. I appreciate the offer, Jen.
Of course.
So Ariel, you make your way over to Maryland, and there's this like, God, I hate this analogy, but like new visitor to church. At end of service, person has to stand there, and then like everyone forms this giant line to come through and say their few words. Or funeral procession, that is happening with Maryland, and all of the important folks are being able to come up and like greet. There are people who have like ancient, like there's a person with a Polaroid. They're taking pictures with you, Maryland. There's like these flashes that happen. All the spots happening in front of your vision. Min Min comes over and she is walking with her bat like a cane. She's obviously like, if you remember, the bus flipped many times. She has taken some serious hurt, but she's standing in line. And Arrow, you're standing right behind Min Min. I assume you would go stand in line to see Maryland, or are you going to try to get cuts?
No. I'll wait in line politely. I'll, very nicely. Min Min, a good race. It was very exciting.
And the voice comes through just like a little, because within Min Min's huge dead mouse like helmet there is of course some Minpotech, so her voice comes through just a little like modulated.
Thank you ever so much. You look delightful, Ariel.
I thank you. I'm sure that that next time that you will. Well, I mean, you're due. Someone with as much capability and talent, there's no way that this race isn't going to be yours.
Min Min preens at your compliments, and she very forwardly like reaches up and gently brushes her hand over your hair and says,
"Have you ever thought about wearing a red wig? The name Ariel is the name of a mermaid. Have you ever heard that?"
I have, yes, and I get my hair done by Dex. I have thought about going more red. Purple, I believe, was the color du jour. But I will keep that in mind.
I would love to see you as a mermaid, Ariel.
Well, thank you. I will again keep that in mind. Part of your world, I suppose.
Oh, if only I had a fish tank big enough for you.
I think that Norval will stiffen at that.
Norval just kind of does like this half, like I'm standing slightly in front of you, like ahead of you. I could step in the way if need be. And yeah, you get a definite, like oddly predatorial vibe off of Ariel, but in a way like a little kid wants to snatch someone else's pet
Mm,
to stick in their backyard and put on a chain, probably. It's the vibe you get from Min Min.
I can't say I like that vibe, but I will smile right through it. And oh, looks like the line's moving.
She moves forward. We cut to Dex. You've got Screw Loose, who I assume trying to work on the drones, but also in a great deal of pain. Monk and Lion are both helping you out, and Lion will say, like, moves away from you, like she's trying to interpose herself with someone moving up. And you hear Jinx's voice say, I need Dex. I need Dex right away. What do you do?
Who is that?
Lion says, it's Jinx from Big Top.
Oh,
She doesn't look injured.
Jinx, what's the trouble? And I'm still working on Screw Loose.
Who's like finicking on the drone and like, oh
He complains significantly less with the drone in his hand. I
yes,
believe.
exactly.
It's like someone's giving him Tinker toys while you operate on him. Jinx answers, Dex, darling, our star attraction needs your assistance. Marilyn is injured and Nero has sent me. I can't take no for an answer.
Anything beyond the lacerations of the head and legs and that burn on his hands?
Alex, are there any other injuries that you remember Marilyn got? Nothing more than those, but they are significant and a blemish for our champion. Please, I insist.
Give me a few minutes to pass along the responsibilities, and I will be with you shortly.
I'll wait here. The monk says, I think we can handle it.
All right. I'll have my radio on me. Call me if you start to see any particular pressure or swelling from the leg, especially, because in that case, we'll need to operate. I'd say that we're probably...
broken.
Huh?
Dex says it's broken.
It's quite broken. However, I think that your prognosis is good as long as we don't have any issues crop up within the next 2 to 10 hours. Monk, could you create a clean space in case we do need to operate and prepare the usual?
Absolutely. We're not far from Remedy. You worried about moving him?
I am, for now.
Okay.
Screw Loose,
We're
are
on
you
it.
okay spending the night here, if need be?
I guess.
And there are people who are like still trailing in, like headed
Most
to
of my
Big
tools are here.
Top. And
What do you say?
Most of my tools are here, so I guess I'll be fine.
Okay. Now remember, you can't get up and walk around, but you're going to be kept comfortable and safe. And we will
Monk,
leave for
can you
Remedy
get me
tomorrow.
the small screwdriver over there?
Lion, can you grab him the screwdriver? The Phillips or the flathead?
The Phillips.
And
Obviously.
Dandelion moves over. And
All right. And, I give Screw Loose sort of a gentle pat on the shoulder and pat on the head. And
Ow.
I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Good
and
luck
af-
with Merlin.
Thank you.
So
I'm
and tell him sorry about the flower.
I'll do my best.
I don't know why I did that.
Nice.
I'm sure he understands. And if he doesn't, he will come to understand. Okay?
Okay.
And Dex walks away, screw loose, but we stick with you because Dandelion, like, she reaches into this kind of satchel bag that she has, and she pulls out after she hands you the screwdriver, and she has an orange. It looks really fresh, and she very, very deftly like slices it open and then slices it in her hand, which is not wise, but she seems to be pretty confident, and then pulls out a little orange slice and offers it to you. You want an orange slice, Screw Loose?
It's like sure, and it's like, it's better without the peel.
You've eaten it with the rind?
Yes.
And she gently takes the rind away from you. And Monk, meanwhile, is observing the leg, and she says, Screwless, how opposed are you to amputation?
Well, it's gonna be hard to put a new one on myself.
Oh, I can help you
It's
with
difficult to reach.
That's true. That's a good point. Well, we'll do what we can to save it.
Though I guess, I don't know. I guess there's probably someone else that could maybe do it. Trying to remember their name. I'm scrolling through this.
Are you talking about Exasha 12 being no?
There's another one.
Shinko?
Yes,
The
Shinko.
Grimm's mechanic?
Yep.
Yeah, Grimm's mechanic could possibly do that.
Yes, there she is. I think Pashinko could do it too. I think I trust her to do it.
All right. I think I saw her going into the big top, so if need be, we'll reach out to her.
Is it that bad?
Touch and go. Probably not, but best to prepare for the worst so that you're always delighted with whatever happens.
I will definitely want to design my own leg, though. I mean, Pashinko can put it on, but I want to make it.
Well, you have a hand to design as well, right?
All right. But that's not... that leg is more important now.
They smile and seem to have found ways to keep you pacified and possibly even entertained. I'm not sure Screwless picks up that Monk talking about you creating a leg is her attempt to like find you a way to.
I mean, so he's not picking up on it, but
Cool. So we cut to Ariel. Marilyn, Min has just come through.
Oh, yeah, I go get a bit pale seeing Min in the queue.
Sweet. So which wound from the accident catches your eye the most? Grievous wound that Min has taken after you guys kind of crashed her ride?
I think maybe like some of a finger, like at least one finger has been like set back into position a bit awkwardly. So like, she's fallen on her hand in some way, maybe thrown from the bus.
Nice.
So her hand looks awkward.
She puts that gnarled hand around you and just plops down into your lap.
Min, no, like, card feelings,
I don't know. Is there hard feelings?
No, yeah, I'm good. No grudges here.
Slaps her hand on your chest, the hand that still has all the fingers bent the right way.
So you're the champion. What are you going to do with all of your winnings, Marilyn?
I mean, get my rig back on the road. I mean, screw loose parts, aren't cheap, and yeah, I don't know. What are you gonna do now?
Oh, no winnings for fourth place. I'll have to make some jingles some other way.
I mean, less, of gang members to pay, I guess.
That's true. I lost all 7 of my dwarves. Sing me a pretty jingle or two, Marilyn.
I mean, they keep bringing drinks if you want one of those.
Thank you. I'll just take you up on that. Looks like the line wants to move. Give me a kiss.
She leans down and puts her masked where the face is pointed forward, expecting you to lean up and kiss her.
I think he would grimace, and like a small child kissing grandma, he would whatever to get her gone.
Nice. And she hops up off of your lap and giggles, and then uses the bat like a cane to hobble away from you. And then Ariel, you come up. You're next in line.
Maryland and I will kind of in almost a parallel of that move up to kiss you on the cheek.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Did I see your, cultists out on the road?
You, I believe, saw Norval and my security experts there, yes.
Do I owe you something for that?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Helping a friend is payment enough.
So you bet on me?
Absolutely. And it went very, very well. And in fact, and I'll reach up into my sleeve and pull out a little bag, I felt it proper to give you a little something of it as well. Jiggy, jiggy. And we'll hand you a little bag.
I will look in and start
it's one
counting
jingle.
that money. Yeah. I check.
I will avoid noticing how rude that is. And it was an extremely impressive race. I was just a quiver with excitement. I'm going to run from here and check on Screw Loose. He looked a little hurt.
Yeah, I mean, he had one of his, turns on the race. I don't know.
I think Dex is looking after him, though, so he couldn't be in better hands.
Yeah, good.
Well, what are you going to do with all of your newfound fame, my sweet?
I don't know. I don't know if I like it.
Well, I hope you're not going to become so big and famous you forget all of us little people.
Yeah, I mean, I'll try. Can you not touch that? They keep touching it.
Well, people like to touch greatness. It makes
Mm.
them feel that they're a part of it.
Yeah, but
You should perhaps, just a thought, maybe do a little tour around the carnival, charging a small fee for those who wish to shake your hand, touch your winning vehicle.
you think you can charge for that?
Oh, you can charge for anything, my dear. It just has to do with if people are willing to pay for it. And I think people would be willing to pay for it.
That's not a bad idea.
Maybe we could even work out a little something, you and I. I have something of a request in the next few days. I need to return to IGoA. I could use a ride. In exchange, Mr. Norval and some of my people would be happy to provide security for your little victory lap around the carnival.
I spit in my hand and put my hand out.
Yes,
Norval will like slide in to shake the hand, and
Okay.
it's a deal then. And I'll lean forward and kiss you again on the cheek. I am so proud of you.
And I think I actually I look in the little bag and I kind of there's like a little bit of umming and ahhing, and I take half of it and hand it back to you and say pass that on to Dex, make sure Screwless is.
I'll kind of hold. Don't worry. I plan on taking care of that, Marilyn. You deserve this. But why don't we just say that I will put it in both of our names when I pay Dex.
Okay. Well, tell Screwless there's a lot of work to be done on the rig.
I'll do that, and
Maybe improvements.
I'll look.
Jingle to spend.
Wonderful. And I'll look back over towards the rig and say, and you should kind of limit how many. You don't want to give it away for free, as they say. And I'll move off.
we cut to what's happening on stage right in front of your eyes, Marilyn, even though you're a lot more concerned with Ariel. Is there's this amazingly trim, athletic guy who's wearing basically kind of like the sumo wrestler, G-stringy thing. It shows off his amazing tribal tats that run all the way down his thighs and his legs, and they keep bringing out these chairs, and he's stacking them one on top of another, creating this tower of chair that's gone up 12 chairs at this point, and he keeps balancing up on the back of the chair, or he'll put one hand up and bend over and into this weird plane. It's pretty fascinating, and the music's getting more and more can he do one more chair? There are people getting very excited about the next bit, and he finally stands up and he just towers over everyone on this giant Eiffel Tower of chairs. And then we see Dex is hustle up through the line, and you notice that Jinx actually a couple people step out hey, what are you doing? And Jinx just shoves them aside to make sure that Dex is able to come cut through all the line and make her way around. And Dex you see sitting on a throne with lots of blood stains, mostly from Min sitting on your lap, and looking did you partake of any of the drinks, Marilyn? Do you look like you're having any fun, or are you still pretty stressed out to be on display like this?
I'm pretty stressed out to be on display like this, but I have been partaking in the drugs and alcohol that have been offered me because it's free. they're not going to charge me or anything.
Nope.
I'm taking things that are, people are dumb enough to give out for free.
Cool.
Yeah.
So
I'll basically, as I make it up to the throne itself, I will like pluck the cup of whatever Marilyn's drinking from his hand and sniff it and just hand it off to some hanger-on. Good. I get to work with you while you've been imbibing blood thinners for an hour.
Why aren't you with Screwy?
Because I was
Is he-
corrected to attend to you.
So he's okay.
Screwy's going to be fine as long as he doesn't start evincing compartment syndrome in the next 2 to 6 hours. He should be perfectly fine.
We told him not to do that?
No.
You know he'll do it if you don't.
It's not really a yes, no, please, thank you situation.
I'm gonna do it.
You're probably not going to do it because that would mean that your harm would start to increase for what you would seem to find to be no reason. But listen, he's in good hands. I wouldn't leave him if he wasn't going to be okay. They'll radio me if I need to do surgery.
Is this bullshit celebrity stuff?
Yes, it's bullshit celebrity stuff. Now, can somebody get me a bucket of water?
Start to get up.
Jinx. No, Jinx will run forward and like gently nudge you backwards as she snaps her fingers, and there's a guy with like 4 tones of color that hustles off, and he comes back with a Aquafina water bottle that probably, it looks like it's sealed, but it's probably not.
Well, it's just for cleaning anyway. So I'll get a rag started and start cleaning up Marilyn and just go, Oh, you use the lights in your hair. I love it when you do that. Oh, Screwloo said, sorry about the flower.
He had an episode. I don't know. Stress of the race. He freaked out, smashed me in the face.
That was a neurological attack. And I start finding, the cuts in his scalp and getting them cleaned and ointmented up.
Don't break the fiber optics that cost.
Marilyn.
Dex?
Don't treat me like an idiot.
Yeah, Dex.
So, was it worth it?
Everyone's kissing my ass, and ran Miniman off the road, and she's not trying to kill me. So, that seems worth something.
She's probably too injured to do anything.
I don't know.
Are you satisfied?
Kind of, better than Lazarus and Grim. So, that's, that's not nothing.
And like, plausible deniability in play. I press one of my hands on your leg to lean in and study one of your scalp cuts really close. Like it hurts.
Ah!
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you shot? Is this? And then I'll start like I'll start using a pair of EMT shears to like cut through on the pants.
They got lasered on
And-
ice.
There are a few people who are like, ooh, get off stage because, you know, you're the big champion's about to get stripped down in some way.
Mhm.
A few more flash bulbs from people taking pictures.
I'll be honest with you, Marilyn. This is one of the least bloody electric circuits that have been in the last few years.
I mean, you might not think that when if you drove through that laser light show thing, that was nasty.
It was. But it was relatively dry as far as that goes. I'm glad.
Ariel came out
Oh?
pretty well.
Has she already been by to congratulate you then?
Yeah, gave me this little jingle bag.
Huh. All right. Then I'll like straighten up a little bit and then lean in very close to smell your breath. Be like,
You're not going to kiss me as well.
you know that doesn't work. No, Marilyn, I'm just irritated that I can't give you any painkillers because you've been drinking alcohol.
I think one of the things was that I think I got that already.
Well, I can't give you more painkillers.
Yeah, I mean, as long as people are, lean on my wounds, it's not too bad.
Mm-hmm. So are you going to do it next year?
Don't know. I mean, kind of proved I could. And, I like to be alive, so.
I would appreciate it very much if you didn't.
Can I read?
Go
Can I
for it.
read? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Back to rolling push up. Nope, rolling breath.
Oh,
I mean, is that it gets turned back
Yeah.
on me? The question.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I think.
Remember what if it had a.
Oh, yeah. So you're paying attention to Dex. Marilyn, you and Dex are both chatting. Dex, you get the feeling that Marilyn is trying to get a read off of you. He's paying a little bit more attention. His eyes are a little more focused. And then Marilyn, it's a thing like you've ever seen in a movie or TV show where they like have the hard focus on the on the person who's close, and then the focus shifts and that person softens in the lens, and you see something behind them that draws your eye. What you see behind Dex, and she's standing up, you're sitting down, so you end up looking up. And you see that there's a person now. The chairs have been moved away. There's a woman who is on a swing that's mostly like twirling around. But you happen to catch the bit of light, and one of the bolts that seems to be holding that swing many meters down. That bolt, you can see it just kind of wiggle a little bit, and it's wiggling, and you can see more of it as if it's starting to loosen.
And I can actually see that, or is that like kind
Yeah,
of
you pick it out. That's what you see. What do?
I think I would be slightly sluggishly like, well, is that?
I'll follow
Kind
his
of,
gaze up.
yeah. What that's supposed to be? Like,
and yeah, Dex, Marilyn has pointed out that it looks like the person she's suspended over the air is swinging at this point and is starting to like get longer as it's working its way out of the fastening.
I immediately shout, "Stop the performance."
Ooh, stop the performance from Dex the medic. That is pretty heroic. Let's put this to a move. I think you're acting. Is acting under fire feel like the right move for this?
I'll take it.
I think let's have you roll plus
confront also seems.
Confront
maybe...
could be a thing. Could be.
It's not really targeting any particular person with it.
That's true. If it were targeting a particular person, it'd probably fit even better. Oh man, you've already rolled cool, haven't you?
I just checked it.
Oh, you just checked it? Yay! So you get a benefit from it. Go ahead, roll plus cool. Let's see how this goes. And I could totally see. Oh, well, we already got it, but yeah, you don't need it. It wouldn't help. Sweet. On a 7 to 9, you flinch, hesitate, or stall, and the MC can offer you a worse. Ooh, yeah, a worse outcome, a hard bargain, or an unfortunate choice. Of course, they don't work with a net. As you know, what kind of big top would it be if they had safety precautions? It's the apocalypse. That said, you realize as you call out, like, no one is there who can stop the show immediately. Nero can, say something, but the amount of time it would take is. You realize, yeah, the hard choice is, even if they stop, it's too late. You're going to need to do something about this girl falling. Does that make sense? That feel fair for
sure. Is there anything that I can drag into her path that's, softer than the ground?
Oh yeah, was anything drag into her path softer than the ground?
I mean, are there any cushions on the throne?
Oh yeah, let's say there's some cushions on the throne. I love that. The idea of grabbing Marilyn's throne away from him.
Yeah, I'm sitting on loads of annoying cushions.
Yeah. So Marilyn, looks like Dex is going to try to yank those pillows out from under you. What are you doing in reaction?
I'm falling awkwardly.
All right, awesome.
I'm tumbling awkwardly onto the ground.
Jinx jumps forward to try to catch you, and she ends up kind of half hugging you as you fall to the ground, and you're right at the stairs that lead up to the little dais where you've been placed. And she casts a little bit of a look to Dex, but then Dex is going off to toss the pills. I'm not going to make you do another roll, but you tell me, as this girl starts plummeting down when the swing gives way, what does it look like, Dex?
It looks like a whole mess. Cause I'm cool. I'm sharp. I'm a good doctor. I move quick. I'm very dexterous. But I'm not an athlete. I am not an acrobat like these fine-tuned machines of beautiful human flesh are. So basically we tumble into each other and it's a mess, and it's better than it could be, but still not great.
I'm going to say that both you and her will take 3 harm. The good news is that you, Dex, have this move called Guardian Angel that I think very much applies here. You're not necessarily kneeling over someone who's fallen. You've caught someone who's fallen. So you and they both get 2 armor, which means you only take 1 harm. You're going to get some bruises out of this. And of course, as she lets go, people gasp, right? The entire crowd and the spotlight, the fucking person on the spotlight follows her down.
Asshole.
Right? So the spotlight is on you and it's blinding, but you have those pillows and you end up catching this girl. But also it's a little awkward and you're not the kind of acrobat that could turn this into a thing. Let's go ahead and have you roll that harm move.
Sure thing.
I think I'm like starting to stumble towards them.
Now you have 1 armor, right? So you'd be rolling flat here.
Oh, well, I got a 10 anyway.
Oh, well, you did. Well, it would have been a 9 without the +1, right?
Oh,
I think.
yeah.
Hold on. Let's quickly do the harm. So harm move is underneath standard moves.
Oh, right. I'm sorry.
It's okay. No. I should have set it up better. So you roll minus the harm you suffered. You would have suffered 1 harm, but you have that armor. So you effectively have 3 armor. It kind of stacks because of this one specific move that you have. Therefore, with 3 armor, you take 0 harm. So you'd be rolling flat. So you rolled a 9. On a 7 to 9, the MC chooses one. You lose your footing, lose your grip on whatever you're holding. You lose track of something or someone or something you're attending to. You miss noticing something important. I'm going to go with you miss noticing something important. Catching this acrobat, saving her life, or this trapezist, I believe is the term. Is that not right? I think is all consuming. And she's going to get some bruises out of this, but she also was protected by you, Dex. And so let's call her, as I'm looking through our names list, are there any particular names someone sees that thinks that would be a great name for this trapezist that's been saved by Dex? Rice? Lala? We jump down Butternut.
I'm not saving the life of anybody named Butternut.
Oh, you wouldn't say poor little Butternut?
Okay, maybe I would if they were a kid.
It's not a kid, it's a trapezist.
I know. I'm kidding. Goodness. Union.
Oh, Union's interesting.
Paxo. Isabel.
Wow. Like a person name. You want to give her Isabel or you want to give her Union? Which do you prefer? I give her 50-50 things just so I can watch Jen flip a coin. It's like
Isabel.
Yeah, okay. Isabel, not Isabeau? Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. And people aren't sure if this was part of the act. Like there's one guy who turns to another and is like, boy, that Dex, she's not really good at this. Like, why did they let her in the show? Oh, well, she's friends with Marilyn, so you know how it is. Oh, man. Really? It's like that now with the big top?
And I'm just checking her over very focusedly for breaks and then looking up and asking her quietly, do you know who did the rigging?
Yes, I do. Oh, my. You saved me. How did you even... Dex, right?
Mm-hmm. Marilyn spotted the bolt about to go.
Wow. It was... it was the crew, but Winkle gave it the once-over. And now there's crew like moving in real quick because they've realized what's going on. Meanwhile, the guys on balls are like rolling them out and trying to distract folks. And Nero comes out to do a big announcement about the next act. And they're all trying to usher you off stage. What do you do?
I think I call out for Marilyn.
Nice.
Yeah, I think I'm approaching and like probably shooing people away and like, no, no, I'm not your toy. Get off. He's
Jinx
trying to think of a good metaphor.
Jinx tries to like ease you back to the throne, and Dex is calling for you. And you know what, Ariel? I think you were about to like bounce out of there, but you caught the last moment of the fall because you heard Dex call out, "Stop the show." And you saw Dex run forward and catch the trapezist, Isabel, just before she smashed hard into the wooden stage. And I think Norvell's going to say, hey, it looks like she's going to be okay. We need to go. This doesn't look good. This is bad. What do, Ariel?
I was already making my way out, and I had kind of stopped to turn back and watch this. And yes, this seems well in hand. Let's head to refuge, and we will, under cover of all the attention, skedaddle.
Cool. So let's follow you to Remedy, because I don't think Screwloose was okay to move. Right? There was that specific question of, hey, can we move? So I don't know if anyone would be at Remedy.
I mean, if you want to retcon it to put Screwloose in Remedy, I'm okay with that.
Let's say
I
that
told
Monk
where
makes
he was. I don't think anybody did.
Yeah, I don't think anybody did. Maybe one of your crew gives you the heads up. Oh, I saw Screwloose over here. And so instead of heading to Remedy, you're diverted over. You've got a whole big crew. Somebody would have noticed what you're doing.
Okay.
So cool. So let's pick up with you approaching Screwloose, who at this point, I think Monk's grown slightly tired of the different permutations of leg that I don't know. Like she's just trying to get you secure and keeping a watchful eye on you.
And where are we?
You're in the pit crew, like the pit area,
Okay.
right just outside of where the tunnels are, like right there at the edge.
Screwloose. And I'll go running forward towards him.
Hi, Ariel.
Oh, and I'll begin, fussy henning over. Oh, are you all right? Oh, look at you. Oh, I'll reach up and, you poor thing, does it hurt?
Yes.
Oh, I'm so sorry. And I'll give a light hug, trying not to hurt you.
Ow.
Oh, you were so brave. That was absolutely amazing.
I fell.
Well, yes, you did. And it looked like it hurt. But in the midst of falling, you helped Marilyn win.
Did I? Oh wait, before I'd fixed the bike. But then
Exactly.
I also kind of hit him with a flower and glass.
I've wanted to hit him with many things. I admit a flower wasn't the first. But, well,
You're so nice. Why would you hit Marilyn?
he can become abrasive, and sometimes I think that would make him, catch a point quicker. But I'm sure, I just saw him, and I don't think he's holding any sort of grudges. In fact, we wanted to make sure, and I'll look over towards, did we say it's Monk or Lion here?
Both.
I'll pull out my little purse. Marilyn and I are wanting to make sure Screwloose is well taken care of, and I'll hand a jingle off for that. And Screwloose, I put a little wager on Marilyn winning, and since you were so influential in helping, and I'll give a jingle to you as well.
Thank you.
And that is
happy to help.
Well, we're going to need your help again, because Jeanette, unfortunately, I think you saw, lost a hand, and I want to make sure that she is as well taken care of as possible.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I've already had people ask me if I can make her a new one.
Good. And
Or a claw. Well, that was my suggestion.
well, we'll ask her what she would like. I'm sure.
All right, that's a good idea.
But we'll make sure that you're well compensated, and we'll get all the materials. And I'm just glad you're safe.
Well, I'm not allowed to walk.
Oh,
And
that makes sense.
I don't think they want to keep carrying my tools for me.
Oh, well, I'll look around, and Norval, assign someone to help Screw Loose with his tools.
Of course.
Oh, we can
really?
take care of that. Well, you're part of the family, Screw Loose. Of course, we're here to take care of each other.
It's very nice of you, Ariel. You're very nice.
Well, thank you, and you are a big hero.
How come you're so nice?
How come?
Yeah, most people aren't.
I consider myself a bit of a rebel, and if around me everybody's unpleasant, then being nice, well, that shows them that, two of my favorite things, that I'm right and they're wrong.
Okay.
Besides, being nice doesn't cost me anything. It makes other people feel better.
It just cost you, holds up the pouch,
The reason I had that is because I'm nice and have friends who could win it. That came to me free, purely by the grace of the magical kingdom above.
Gambling?
I won off of the win.
Yes. Okay.
Can I get you anything?
Yeah, I can also the flathead.
Of course, absolutely. Get him the flathead.
Norville will grab the flathead on his own.
Aw, that's sweet of him. It makes sense that you can't walk, but Dex and the gents will get you up and running very soon. And Marilyn says there's a lot of work to be done to the vehicle.
Oh, okay. But I might be busy making a leg and a hand or
I'm
arm.
sure Marilyn will be able to
and this.
wait.
And also the drone.
Oh, yes. I think that it's not super intensely time relevant because I suggested Marilyn travel around with his vehicle so that others could admire it for a fee, of course.
Oh, then there's some parts of the armor that are still across the circuit.
Well, it would look more.
Collect us.
It should look more impressive if it's gone through its trials. People love to see a bruised rose. Oh, we should find the rose.
That's definitely also on the tracks, though.
I'll send someone to handle that.
Okay.
Norval pulls out a little, starts writing down all the people that are handling things from this conversation.
Well, let's while you're working, why don't I would you mind if I sing a little song while you're busily at work?
Oh, really? Would you?
Of course. And I'll begin whistle while we work to entertain Screw Loose as he's busily building things.
Nice. Do we want to go ahead and bring that scene to a close? Sound good. Is there anything else, Jen, you wanted for Dex in the big top scene?
No, I think that was solid. I think I'm ready to move on.
Awesome. So let's take a break. And we're back. So in the interim, Alex had realized that there was an HX rollover last session. So you, Marilyn, have a question, or you, Alex, have a question for Screw Loose. So let's hit that.
Yeah. How would I word this? How does Screw Loose characterize like his relationship with Marilyn? Like,
A friend of a friend, I guess.
friend of friend.
Yes.
That's harsh.
But you know, it's you are like the best friend of a good friend of mine. I may have built that one friend, but
Oh, okay. Yes.
like,
Yeah. No. Yeah.
like
I think.
I'd say, like he's not personally close to you, but he likes you because you take good care of his friend, which is your vehicle.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
I
just
think,
like you if you know that's you know you're a friend of yours has a best friend and they always make them feel better, and I was like, yeah, okay, I like him.
yeah. Yeah. I think. I mean, this. I think. Because I mean, this might be like something that should be like done from a question, but I think. Yeah. I think Marilyn has a kind of a familial. I think he sees Screw Loose as kind of like some vague, neurally impaired father figure that he feels he has to kind of watch out for a bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I think he would accept his position in Screw Loose's hierarchy of friends.
He's not the crazy uncle in the embarrassing way of family reunions, I guess. That sounds good.
No, he's definitely not the uncle with questionable views. Even if he has questionable views, he doesn't have those kind of.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so harm and healing. Let's see. Harm after 9 gets worse with time unless stabilized. You've been stabilized. And now I got to jump to page 202. Okay, sorry. I forgot that it just gives you a very quick bit and then I jumped too far. Page 202. I should actually have my book out. It'd probably be faster. But I'm committed to this now. Harm, how much harm? Oh, this is embarrassing. I should have looked this up in our break. And wow, there's like now it's all about attacking. NPC suffers harm. Holy crap. There's a lot. There's a lot about harm. I'm just gonna do a search for healing. All right. That didn't help because that's the chapter heading. Healing by an angel. All right. Which is totally different.
So, healed by a medic.
That's right. This is way different, but there's not much. All right.
There must have been some healing by an angel. Oh, well. Oh, yeah. No. I thought we were differentiating just, angel and angel, but no.
No.
Now we're talking about different playbooks. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, we are. We're just going to say a couple weeks. I mean, what is time anyway, right? So I should have just made that call earlier. We're going to say a few weeks will happen. Everybody can clear out harm during this time frame. And then we're going to do our session moves. Marilyn, you've got ear to the ground. Let's do
Ooh.
it. Roll plus cool.
I will.
And I've checked your cool for you.
Oh, thank
That's
you.
+2.
I think that gives me an improvement now. Or the thing.
Yeah, the thing of the thing. Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
2 of 3. Yeah. I got an 8.
All right. On a 7 to 9, word reaches you that you have to. That's right. You're supposed to.
Yeah, I forgot.
That's okay. I should have asked.
Yep. That means I have to choose a place. I did not have one pre-prepared. Dusk Harrow Away, because that got mentioned earlier.
Fun. Yeah, we're actually going to open up at Dusk Harrow Way.
Okay then.
7 to 9, word reaches you that choose one. They're facing a serious problem there. Somebody there needs to talk to you. Something bad is coming your way, and the people there have a warning for you. And any of those are asking the MC info.
I mean, I've already done something bad is coming your way. They're facing a serious problem. What is it?
Awesome. Winkle is related or related, or he has some kind of pull over pieces of 8, and he's hiding out there, and Big Top is not happy about that. So there's some trouble coming Dusk Harrow's way. We'll say you've heard that. Nobody else knows.
Yeah,
yet.
and Winkle was the one who was pointed out during the accident. Oh, accident.
Yeah, cool. Oh, were there any other HX questions from last session that we needed to resolve?
I think whatever had one for Skrulls as well.
Okay.
How was the word? I thought that it was Ariel.
Okay.
I thought.
No, I think we did 1, 2 back because I didn't get yours last time. I didn't roll last time. I don't think. Did I?
Well, Screw's got a 1, so I don't.
Yeah, I thought so, and I mostly just don't remember you asking me a question. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I can.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking of this. Is there a list of them? There are, aren't there?
There are some suggested questions,
Oh,
but we
there's-
also have played it that you can go with any question without the fetters of that.
Take your time.
I think I got something. And it fits with that discussion we were having. What is it that I could do to make Screw Loose feel more comfortable as part of the people, as part of the family?
Ooh. I need to think about that.
Cool.
It's a good question, though. I like that.
Yeah, it is a good question. That's why I need to think about it.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. So let's do the 6th sense for you, Dex. Roll plus sharp.
Sure thing. Coming up. Boom, 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 boom.
Come on. Oh, so close.
So close.
All right. You got a 9, which means that you get to hold 1. Hey. I see here you've got a new move, too. Inheritor.
I do.
Given the download, and when your forebears taught you patience, perspective, and careful thought. When you take time to reflect, it is as though you can sit with generations of your forebears in council, though of course they're gone. Treat them as advisors, and your reflection is insight. Wow.
Yeah.
That is dope. And it really fits with the whole Sixth Sense stuff too. So that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Ariel, you've got a couple of rolls to make.
I do. So rolling, I'll do the collective first. Oh, that's a 7. And Norval and the boys, 13.
Okay, so on devotion, 13 on the gang, which is great. 7 to 9, all the devotions from your cult, 1 demand, and they only have the 1
They
demand.
need teachings, yes.
Yeah, they need teachings. There's a part of me that wonders if we should add more demands from them as things go on. There's no real mechanics for adding demands that I'm aware of, but something to think about. I like it, though. Teachings is a thing you're good at, so it's fun, too. So we'll pick up in Dusk Harrow Way, the arrival of Ariel to a group of excited denizens of Dusk Harrow Way, the forests and land around Big Top that have been rent by the actions of the Maelstrom. Only by wandering these paths can people get to the carnival. Let's just Dex. Is this taking place right near Remedy, and that's how you're involved, or are you here for some other reason?
I'm here for some other reason. The coin told me that we were near Remedy, but
that's why I like the coin. It's like if you don't like the answer, then you're forced to make up your own.
Then so I'm probably out like gathering herbs or making a house call or something.
Ooh, yeah, I like gathering herbs. I think that sounds fun. So you're gathering herbs when the cabaret Fantasia is coming by. How do you guys travel, Ariel?
Well, I had asked Marilyn to take us, and I know Marilyn has that lovely cart, so I can take a select group of performers, and certainly Norval and at least one other of the security would go with us. I can't imagine Norval thinking with the whole group, just him alone is okay.
So, Marilyn, you've kept the Tum-Tum cart?
Yeah, I think I've got, maybe I leave it at Remedy or something. Like, I've asked if I can just...
You don't carry it around most of the time? You have to go like circle around and
no.
hitch it? Yeah, gotcha. Nice. Tum-Tum will be very excited that the electric circuit champion is using his cart. Oh, all the advertising. Love it. Cool. And then Screw Loose. Why are you near Dusk Harrow Way?
I'll start with giving the answer to Tyler's question.
You, even better. I like this.
So I think what Screw needs is like, what was it? The Great Beyond?
Oh, the Magical Kingdom.
Yeah, the Magical Kingdom. Like, he kind of needs to know what's in it for him. Like, he needs to have some concrete examples of like why it's interesting to him, because it's like, it sounds kind of nice, but
Excellent. Okay, cool. I can work with that. A purpose there in the Magical Kingdom.
Yes, exactly. And what was the question again? Sorry, Rich.
That's okay. That's pretty great. The question is, why is Screw Loose in or around Dusk Harrow Way?
Let's have a quick look at because there's always, of course, some answers for that in.
Of course, you could have just come with us.
Yeah, I think. Oh, yeah. No, I'm probably there to for arm and hand parts.
Ooh, nice. Nice. So Dex and Screw, you're both there looking for stuff. Marilyn, when you find out that information about Winkle hiding out at Duskharrow Way and trouble coming towards Duskharrow Way, what do you do with that information? Is it a thing where you'd run to warn them? Is it a thing where when you find out that it happens to coincide with Ariel headed that way, you do something about that? What do you do?
I mean, I think since I'm here, I don't think I would have gone, or put myself in this position without like a gig. But since I'm here, it does seem like, a bit dickish not to tell anyone. And maybe I get something out of it.
Cool.
So
let's pick up with the cabaret. You arrive, of course, with Marilyn. Marilyn helps bring you along with the cart. How many people are in the performing cabaret, the traveling part that you have with you, Ariel?
I think it's probably me and like 3 or 4 others at most. Maybe 3 performers and someone who does like moving things in their equipment and stuff like that. And 2 Norval and 2 of the gang.
Okay. So let's say that Costco is the person who's your stagehand.
Okay.
Maybe Sereno is one of the performers with you.
I think that his performance would probably be up the alley of 8 and his crew.
Yes, a disaster slam poet. I still want Sabine to give me some poems by a disaster slam poet because it seems like it would be a pretty good read.
And then probably 2 acrobats / dancers that can work with my performance.
So, the imagery that we have for Duskharrow Way is very green. A lot of dark forestry images. So I kind of find in my head, maybe I'm leaning into that image on Duskharrow Way and our character keeper of the old school bus, right? That's been converted to maybe the stage, right? They've converted that to be a raised stage. So there are a lot of people who are milling around, sitting on the grass in this little grassy area. The bus itself, you're not sure if it was just moved or parked a long time ago against a cobblestone house. So there are people who are up on the roof of the cobblestone house. They're like, they're the ones who've climbed up there to get a top view of you. And I don't imagine that this would be a place that have spotlights. So there's probably some footlights or actual lanterns that are set up as the sun is starting to set. And so things get nice and the ambiance will be good. Although with the sun setting, Dex and Screw Loose, I would imagine the 2 of you, Dex was looking for herbs and the like. Screw's looking to trade, so it probably wouldn't affect you, right?
The trade and have a look around. Just
general scavenging.
Yeah. Just I need parts. It doesn't matter where they come from.
True. You have an allowance from the local warlord to scavenge at Duskharrow Way and keep anything you find.
Yeah.
Awesome. I like that. I don't have any scavenge moves though, so
I don't think they're.
Wait a second, there is a basic move called scavenge at the end of every session. Oh, that's the new one. Sorry,
that's just the barter move.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So you're trading with some people who at Duskharrow Way, Duskharrow Way kind of permeates a lot of the different areas. So there's a.
And of course, Screw Loose just now has got his drone sort of following him around, just behind him in the air. He calls him Uno.
Uno the drone.
Because there's also a dos and tres.
That's good. Cool. So we'll pick up with Dex. The sun is starting to set. You've gone out. You've picked up some herbs and other things that you can mix into different medicines. Do you travel out into Duskharrow Way this way all by yourself? Do you try to bring along anyone? What do you think?
I think that I'm usually in good enough standing with the folks around Duskharrow Way that I'm not particularly worried about going by myself. Like, it's not a picnic. It's not, it's not weekly groceries, but it's doable by myself.
You find a small, like a small little out of the way wild garden, and checking around, it doesn't look like anyone's maintaining it, but it just happens to have a few particular plants that will work very nicely in mixing up some poultices.
Yeah, and sure, Remedy has a place that grows green plants for me, but it can only get so big. And there's only so much variety that I can grow in a useful amount, so I'm definitely excited.
And I don't know if you have like a plastic container or a basket or whatever, but you're like grabbing some of that stuff. And of course, you've had to been down to get down on the earth, and you get the feeling that you're being watched. In this area, there's like garden, so there's kind of flat ground. There's a bit of a canopy here in certain parts from the trees overhead. And you're nowhere near the path. Like, you had to travel for maybe, a few hundred feet off of any normal Duskharrow Way path to find this little area. When you get that feeling that you're being watched, what do you do?
I stop and I lean away from the plants. And I say, if I'm trespassing, I didn't mean any harm. I'm willing to trade.
And that's when you hear a bush move from someone walking past it. When you look around, you see Princess. Princess from Angor's Magical Wasteland. You've probably seen her before at one of Ariel's shows. She has slung on her back this cloud sword, for lack of a better term. And you see that she also has a couple of like holstered guns on either side, like a gunslinger from the Old West. Her clothing looks camouflaged. Like, maybe you walked right past her, maybe not.
Kind of kicking myself on the inside here.
This isn't my place. I don't think it's anyone's place.
All right. So you have no objection if I sample some of these plants?
No.
I don't see you in Duskharrow Way very often.
Usually when I come here, I have to kill people. Why do you put people back together? They're just going to keep breaking.
Everyone dies eventually. But in the meantime, everyone has a life they want to live. Besides that, I don't think I could allow myself to not do it.
So it's pleasurable?
I
Does
wouldn't
it-
say that.
Make you feel good to see them in pain?
It's never good to see somebody in pain. But sometimes, yes, I have to cut into somebody to make them better. But seeing them recover is very satisfying.
She puzzles over that. How close are you with Ariel?
I'm gonna try to get a read on her.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Roll plus sharp.
Let's do it.
Oof,
Hey.
one question.
All right.
Make
Let's
it count.
What do you hope I'll do?
Be open and honest about Ariel so she doesn't have to hurt you.
Mm-hmm. I'll be honest, Princess. What was her exact question again? Sorry.
How well do you know Ariel?
I'll be honest, Princess. I don't feel that I know her at all. I've been to a couple of her performances. I've done her hair a few times. But I've never really, please pardon the phrase, I've never really gotten under her skin. When I look at her, when I speak with her, I don't really know what I'm seeing.
I think she hides herself. So I'm not surprised.
Well, it's a fairly sensible thing to do in this kind of world.
I want to get under her skin.
That could be a challenge. Do you love her?
I do.
That could make it harder.
Do you think I'll need to kill Norval?
I don't think that would help you even a little.
Are there any members of her cabaret who vie for her affection that you know?
No. What I'm trying to tell you is that Ariel is probably quite used to being loved.
So I have a lot of competition.
No. Once again, I seem to be miscommunicating. Ariel has learned one way to respond to love that works very well for her. Is my loose supposition, my guess.
Princess steps closer to you, and while you heard the bush when she stepped out, her steps, as she grows closer, are whisper quiet. And she very nimbly just kind of bends down to where she's crouched
And there's just the snap noise that's just way louder in this clearing for no reason of me snipping a plant.
Your eyes.
They're
Did
not
you
happy.
ask for that?
No.
Do you want it?
It doesn't matter what I want, Princess. It matters what I do.
All right. Thank you.
Best of luck with Ariel.
Don't tell her about our conversation.
Oh, never.
She stands up.
I'm a gossip, but not that kind of gossip. Now, if you got your hair changed, I would tell her all about that.
Princess turns and looks at you, and she reaches up, and it's like her hair is an afterthought. She puzzles for a moment. Do you know what kind of hair Ariel likes?
I don't think that Ariel's the kind of person to have only one taste. You should do with your hair whatever you think expresses you best.
You just kind of blown her mind. I will figure that out.
Feel free to stop by. We can help.
I will stop by.
I'll see you at Remedy.
So, Marilyn, you dropped off Ariel and the cabaret. They've been ushered to do all of the setup at the stage. And as you see that people from Desk Caraway start to stream in, interested in seeing the performance, you see Pieces of Eight, and you see that he is talking animatedly with none other than Winkle. The two seem a little chummy. You also catch sight of Milk, the leader of the Dreaming Heaven Choir. They are just chatting with some of the folks who are squatting down and trying to find seats, and some of them are actually laying blankets on some of the grass. But yeah,
Yeah, no,
what do you do?
They creep me out, so I'm avoiding them. Would you? Abel, you'd say he's an important person?
Pieces of Eight is, yeah, he's kind of the boss of
I
Dust
just
Caraway.
noticed it's my call if he's important, and I say he's important.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you for telling me that.
So in brackets, your call on the reputation move. I'm going to. It makes it awkward that he's there with Winkle. I would, I kind of like move towards them. I'm kind of not trying to insert myself into the conversation, but I'm kind of there, like obviously waiting to talk to him, kind of nearby. And
your reputation might determine if it's easier for you to get his attention or not. Why don't you go ahead and roll plus cool to tell us what your reputation is with Pieces of Eight? Or just
I think
8.
I will. Let's see if it's it's a 9.
Okay. On a 7 to 9 with reputation. Tell the MC what they've heard, and the MC tells you what they've also heard.
Hmm. That I might be abrasive, but I don't lie.
Awesome. He's also heard that other people wanted you to be the electric circuit champion and made it happen. So Winkle is chatting and telling, like, Winkle's pretty animated as he talks to Pieces of 8. You get this feeling of like person in charge, other person who has known person in charge for a while and keeps them laughing. And Winkle is that person who keeps them laughing. But he sees you and he says, Wink, go ahead and head up to the roof. There's a few seats for us there. I'll join you shortly. He comes over and Piece of 8 does this thing where he likes to put his hands on his hips. Marilyn, the electric champion.
Piece of 8.
Should I walk over and stroke your cycle? I've heard that it gives luck. Is that right?
1 bit.
Which bit? Which bit should I touch?
No, not free. Oh,
Did you want
you
something?
Can touch it.
Do you want one of the roof seats?
Fine. I guess, but I mean, I got info.
And he moves a little bit closer. You do?
Yeah, but I mean, like,
do I have to pay to hear, or you?
Well, I was hoping that I wouldn't not have to pay to travel through here now.
Interesting.
You're not losing anything?
I would argue that point.
Well, I mean,
a fortnight free passage to and from. Is this information worth that or more?
I mean, I think it's worth more. Tell you what, you guarantee a month, I tell you, if it's worth more after you hear it, I get more.
He reaches out a hand to seal the deal.
Spit and
the black paint, of course, makes his hand cool to the touch. All right, Marilyn, what is it that you know?
It's not what I know, it's what Big Top knows. I kind of like look up towards the seating where Winkle went. They know he's here. You know Nero's not gonna let actions like that slide.
Like what?
Did he not tell?
Tell him we came to visit. What has he brought to my door?
I mean, I don't know why, but the fool messed with the rigging. Sent one of the acts to the ground.
Did he?
Well, yeah.
Shame. Didn't hear about a funeral for a performer.
I mean, she's walking, but
Interesting. So Nero is angry with Winkle, and Winkle's come here to hide out? Is that what you're saying?
yeah, but less of the hiding, because I mean, Big Top's going to send someone.
I'm sure.
2 months?
2 months if Winkle leaves my territory, if you make that happen.
You want to put it on me now? No. I'm happy with a month.
I have offered Winkle a place to stay.
Good for you.
By our custom, if Nero comes here, there's going to be trouble. And if you think that you can get through Dusk Way when we're at war, you're mistaken, Marilyn. So it's in our best interest if you get me out of the hospitality that I have offered to Winkle.
No, I mean,
He reaches up and he puts a hand on your shoulder. Marilyn.
No, I don't want to be in war with Big Top.
Of course you don't. But if you deliver Winkle to Big Top, they owe you.
Oh.
Right?
Let me think on it.
Me and you. Just me and you, Marilyn. Right?
Yeah. Me and you.
Slaps your shoulder and then turns, walks off and calls out, "Let's get this on the road! Ariel, are your people ready to perform? We have all of Dusk Way here to watch you."
Indeed we are. Though I would like a little something before.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. As we get there, and we're, I'm getting things set up, and I'll go to Norval, and the two of us looking over this thing. I'd like to read a sitch.
Oh, why don't you read a sitch?
Okay.
Roll plus sharp.
Yeah. That's a 9.
Nice. You get one question.
I do. And I'm going to choose.
And I have checked your sharp for you.
Oh, thank you. What should I be on the lookout for?
Where do you think Ariel is when you read the sitch? Are you up on the bus, on the stage? Are you in the
I think that gives the best view all about.
Nice. So you got the lanterns as footlights, and you're looking out across, and you see the Winkle and a bunch of others are in these like chairs that have been set up in the roof, but there's a bunch of people just sitting on the eaves, almost like the berm at a baseball stadium, right? Like they're just kind of hanging out there. Bunch of folks all down below you. You see two folks who, well, what should you be on the lookout for? First, you see the princess is here.
Okay, good.
And you also see that there are a pair of tigers that are coming forward into this group, and people are starting to see that, and they call out with alarm because Cat Lady has arrived.
Okay, so a lot of my admirers are present. Gracious. And I'll, with Norval there beside me, well, it would seem that Our Lady of Cats is coming to enjoy the performance.
You did kind of invite her.
I'm very pleased to see that she's come. And at least it looks like Princess is here. Nice to have a little backup with the family.
You don't think the two of them see each other as competition for your attention?
Oh my. Well, I am a little concerned that the cat lady is not yet, well, let's say box trained. I'm a little worried that she may be still learning what it means to be part of the family. We should watch out for that. Princess, of course, is one of us. I would hope that she would, I mean, no more a competition than you. We probably should concentrate on if there is trouble.
Mm-hmm.
You and the gentleman shall get the performers and I as quickly to Maryland and Maryland as quickly to the vehicle so we can go. This is not our fight, and we certainly, should there be problems, are not expected to handle it. Our own people are our concern.
Of course.
So, if there is trouble, we will make a hasty withdrawal.
I'll make sure Marilyn knows that we may need to leave quickly.
If anything, Maryland is savvy about exiting before things get too hot.
He is your personal chauffeur tonight and the electric circuit champion, so I'm sure everything will be fine.
As am I. It's going to be a wonderful performance. I'm so glad you're here to see it.
I am too. Break a leg.
Thank you.
And then he'll kind of turn and do the arms cross, watching over. So Skrillus, say maybe you are checking scavenge when maybe you're having a brief conversation with a couple of people from Dusk Harrow Way, and they're trading out with you when a pair of large cats just prowl past you.
I'm guessing that cat lady might be close.
Sure enough, coming down the pathway of Dusk Harrow Way, the direction of originally coming from the wastes.
I think I'm gonna send Uno up. Like, try and find out if I can find cat lady.
Sure. Oh, yes. Not far behind the cats, you see that cat lady is stalking behind. Slow and easy gait, unhurried. But
I'm
you see
waiting
that there
for
are
her.
others. It's not just the two cats. There's an entire half dozen of them.
She brought her entourage. I'll be like, I'll sort of see, like, look where the cats are going and then see where she's coming from and then just sort of wait for her.
And she comes around a tree and stalks forward, sees you and
Hello.
comes over.
Skrillus.
Skrillus walks over to her.
I heard you had trouble during electric circuit. I'm glad to see you walking around.
I think Skrillus is definitely getting way too close. And he's probably like sort of getting in her face, looking at her mempo. Like, Yeah. No, that was I fell. How's it doing?
Hmm.
And then sort of like a finger goes towards the face, and then like
She turns her face slightly to the side.
It's been a while since you've looked at it. There are times when it does not feel right.
feel right.
Does it look nice?
Yes.
You did such good work, Screw.
Thank you. But is it comfortable?
Not lately. No.
Yeah, I thought so. Hold on. Starts touching her face.
And so yeah, and some of the cats kind of circle around, and the two people who were bartering with you, they beat feet. They are out of here. They pull a fade hard, and Cat Lady will let you look after the mask. I think you're one of the few people that's ever seen Cat Lady without their mask.
Probably also one of the few people that can put their fingers up to their face.
Yes. So Cat Lady will allow your hands by her mask and her face, and she seems to trust you. What do? You see that right glove with those wicked kind of Freddy Krueger claws that come off of it. They clack a few times as she flexes and unflexes her hand.
I'm just gonna like make sure that's all the padding is still in the right position, and make sure that's like the wire connections are all in place correctly, and just fidgeting with it. And like in the meantime, just going like, so it looks like you're looking for something.
I'm here on invitation. Ariel asked me to come and watch her,
Okay.
and so I have.
Just watch her.
She's going to perform,
Oh. And
although I could just watch her for hours.
yes, I get that. Because of the sound or the pretty, or both.
She is poetry in motion, Screw. Surely even you see it.
Mm-hmm. I just wanted to make sure which one, yeah, or maybe both, or yeah, never mind. So, but your friends seem to be trying to find something. So are you, by the way.
I smell trouble. My cats are here to make sure it stops.
Kind of trouble.
Well, don't you like a little surprise, Screw?
That depends. It's like a present.
It's happening soon. So yes.
And he really like looks at like just, and I think I'm just trying to read the person.
Go for it. Roll plus sharp. one question
9.
with that.
No, I have more questions than
Oh, that's right. You have your cool thing.
that. So I will start with the regular ask question. Read someone.
Oh, this is a person. I think I say the salvage is with Sitch, right?
Yeah, but guess what?
What?
Remote comm drones.
Oh, that's right. What did my hover drone? Oh, those are so cool. You have 3. You read a person or situation. Okay, awesome. Man, you are like the question king. This is so cool.
Insightful. So right. I was scrolling down and yep. So I think I'll go for, what are you thinking of doing?
Oh, Cat Lady is here because trouble is coming. And what Cat Lady wants is for trouble to happen so that Ariel can be saved.
And then I will, because my drone was already sort of going up to see what was going on. What does my hover drone see and hear?
Yeah, what your hover drone sees and hears. And I'm going to try to keep it like to the someone and Cat Ladies. Is that, yeah, there are 6 great cats and that they are slowly moving in and waiting like a cat would wait for a mouse. They are getting in position.
Yeah, I think Screw will be like, "Can I come?"
Stay out of trouble, Screw. I like you. I don't want you to get hurt. But yes, you can come. It should be entertaining.
I will try. Can't make any promises.
That's wise.
And then she kind of slinks forward, moving, walking beside you.
You know, at night in the primordial fields, it's so very quiet. Sometimes I lie on my back, my head propped against one of my cats, and I look up at the stars, and I count the satellites. And sometimes all the stars form her face. I like those nights. I dream better when Ariel watches over me.
Don't think she's ever done it. Well, she looks over me sometimes, but not in the stars.
Hmm.
Do your cats talk to you?
After a fashion, they do, yes.
Okay.
Does your drone talk to you? All 3 of them?
Oh, wow. You caught the other 2.
I didn't catch them. They still work, Screw.
Well, yes. No, I know. I mean, most people don't. Like, they're not quite this much inside as you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to do. But people say it's weird when I talk to them.
People.
So I was curious what people say when you talk to your cats.
I don't ask. I don't care.
I suppose if people call you weird, then they will just get hurt.
Why bother? When someone calls you weird, they're afraid of you, Screw.
Okay. If you say so. Not sure.
As long as you keep the advantage, a little bit of fear is useful.
Okay.
You can smell it on people. Fear.
Maybe that's the filters in the mask. I can't do that.
I like this mask.
Good. I'm glad you like it.
By then, the two of you have reached the crowd, and Cat Lady doesn't like barge into where most of the people are. The two tigers just sit almost like dogs, and she walks up and places a hand on the back of each of their necks, and you can see that the claws don't move up to cut. She just scritches the backs of their necks, and she seems perfectly happy to stand and watch. Dex, you've gotten all those herbs. Are you sticking around for the show?
Oh yeah, I think so. I mean, I can figure out where I'm staying for the night or what I'm doing after the show. I don't live in the Carnival of Bullets because I hate shows, you know?
Indeed. And this is a whole altogether different kind of show. You see that Marilyn is up on the roofs, or on the roof, in some of the roof seats by Pieces of Eight, and you see Winkle, who you were told was the person who's supposed to give the last check for the rigging. And
I would definitely look anxious and be.
Marilyn looks a little anxious about things. You see a bunch of the folks from Duskharrow Way. The folks of Duskharrow Way are often in greens and dark browns. They rarely wear shoes. Not in the bumpkin way, but just it's easier to cinch your way around. It's not like they have to worry about stepping on glass here. That Duskharrow Way is taking care of that. But there's an odd uniformity to many of the folks of Duskharrow Way. Like they almost look like they could be attending a family reunion.
Yeah. Do I notice the cats?
Why, yes, you also notice that there are two large Bengal tigers and Cat Lady standing at the back as Ariel.
Is Milk here?
Yes. Milk is not seated up on the roof. Milk has a small, like a stool that they're sitting on. And there are some other members of the choir who are near Milk, but there's like a socially distant space around Milk where no one is bothering them.
I give them a wide berth too. But I think I might wander near the roof and like glance up at Marilyn and put up a hopeful hand.
They've got a ladder that you can scramble up. It looks like Marilyn's given you the invite, so you can make your way out to the roof and sit by Marilyn if you like. But do you sit between Marilyn and like someone else, or do you actually sit between Marilyn and Pieces of Eight?
If there's somebody who's not, well, that I don't deem to be important, I would probably try and just use my champion status. I'm champion. Can I have your seat?
Oh, yeah, of course. And they get out from the little seat there on the roof and scamper down to take a seat on the eaves. Sitting at the, it's an awkward, it's a pitch. There's a definite pitch to this cobblestone house. So they give up the seat so that Dex, you can sit right beside Marilyn.
didn't think that would work. Okay.
Guess you're learning the extent of your new power.
Mm.
Hmm.
Look, be ready to leave. This feels like something's going to go down tonight.
I think the word you might be looking for is powder keg.
Don't know what that is, but maybe, yeah.
I feel like whatever would know.
Is that gun thing?
A little
Yeah,
bit.
probably. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a gun thing that's happening, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Big
Gosh,
Top,
where's-
no, he's here.
They know.
Right. I heard when passing through, yeah.
All right.
And now I know that he's definitely here, so yeah.
Have you seen Screw in the crowd?
Yeah. Like, glance, the nod in the direction of the giant cat lady.
Yeah, you see Screw Loose pointed out to you by Marilyn. He's standing right
They're
by Cat
practically
Lady.
chummy.
Practically.
Touched her face. Yeah, I know.
He's a blessed man. What can I tell you? Never a dull moment, is it, Marilyn?
Yeah.
So, Ariel, what is the song that you sing, or what is the performance that you share with the crowd to draw all eyes?
I think as it's time to come on, I walk onto the stage there, and hello, thank you for inviting us here, for letting us be your guests. I see that my dear Screw Loose, my lady of cats, has come to observe. The champion of the race here in attendance. Dex is kind of that I'll and so many others here. Now I am just a guest of Pieces of 8, but while I'm on stage, while we're performing, I always consider you to be my guests. And here's my song that I have. Boo. But yes, I launch into a rousing production number, and it has the dancers there. I think, because everybody's kind of got to be a little bit of a performer to be in my crew. So even like the two gang guards, Norval doesn't perform, but the two gang guards add a little bit of bass to it. Sereno does kind of the duet parts with me as we do our enormous production number, trying to get the crowd together and cheering and upbeat. Shall I roll a performance?
Yes, please. I love the that you found a female version, gender bent of Be Our Guest from. That is just great. This is really good.
All right.
Let's have you roll that move.
I'm rolling. It always spins for a while.
Oh, that is a nice
well.
roll. Oh my, an 11. Very good. Very, very good. All right. So Artful and Gracious on a 10 plus, you may spin 3.
I am going to, for Pieces of 8, must give me a gift. I'm going to, with Cat Lady must meet me. So I have something to talk with her about soon. And kind of out there amongst the crowd, the these Dusk Caraway people. I know that some of them are like heavies, but some of them are also, I imagine, like the support structure of
Sure.
pieces, sort of thing. So I'm going to try and inspire a bit of love in one of the hunter types, since I could only choose one, but one that looks like they go out and provide the hunting for pieces.
Nice.
And that's the big finale. My suit lights up with my hands having a glow.
That's awesome. People are like, oh, and they're clapping, and there's a great deal of excitement. And then one of the tigers roars. I'm not sure if that's probably a good thing. But Ariel, from your vantage point, even with the footlights, you're able to see in the distance. You're the first to really notice it, you think. Screwloose, you'll very quickly get note from your drones right after, but you see several pairs of headlights moving through Dusk Caraway, kind of disappearing behind trees and the like. But many someones are coming.
As I see this and the number is wrapping, I will... Pieces, are we expecting more guests? And I'll give a look over towards Norval, like, be ready.
Yeah, Norval's hand like goes to a gun as he says that in Pieces of 8. Looks. We heard it was a possibility.
Well, I'm sure that you will be able to handle it.
Well, everyone, thank you for coming. It's best if we go ahead and close up shop now. Thank you all. Remember, Ariel is here at our behest. She is our guest. And people are getting up, and there are folks who are milling around a little bit. Not when everyone's caught on to what's going on between the two of you. Dex, what are you doing?
I'm already headed down the stairs.
Yeah. Okay, going down the ladder there. Sweet. What is Screwloose doing?
I think Screwloose is for now just I guess checking things out, reading the sitch.
Cool. All right. Go ahead and roll plus sharp.
All right. It's a 9.
All right. And you get a few different extra questions.
Right, so who or what poses the biggest threat to me?
The people who are arriving, you drones pick out that these are folks from Big Top, and they're coming pretty quickly. They're definitely the biggest threat to you.
What's the most useful, valuable, or mysterious thing here?
You, even though you're breeding a sitch and it's about thing, and I know things are people to you, I'm going to say the most valuable thing here is Winkle. You see the look that Pieces of 8 is giving Maryland, like, remember that thing we talked about? And Winkle seems a little nervous, but he is hovering right by Pieces of 8. There's something there.
What does my spider drone see and hear?
Spider drones see and hear that Cat Lady's cats have moved out of the way of the oncoming vehicles. The tigers are slinking out into the woods. And there's a gang on its way here.
All right. Screws is getting them. It's definitely going a bit like. Okay, where do
Maryland, I believe I saw in chat that you were hoping to eye on the door here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know when exactly it would trigger, but just say on 79, you can go or stay. But yeah, no, I'm like.
Do you want to hold that for next session?
Maybe I want to roll it now. I want to roll and see where this leads, because I look to Abel. Yeah, Abel. Was it Abel?
Pieces of 8.
Pieces of 8. Yeah, that was it. I looked at Pieces of 8 and was like, sorry, no. And I'm like leaving the seat, and Dex, you want to leave?
And like, you hear me from the ladder down below.
Okay. Yeah, you'd left while I was talking to. So I guess, yeah.
I'm grabbing Screw.
Good. And I start to slide down the ladder, doing the video game descent of the ladder.
Sweet. So people are about to beat feet. Ariel Norvell is offering you a hand down from the bus. And I think as Big Top's goons are making their way onto the space, that's where we will end tonight's session, with things about to break out. So let's do our normal end of session stuff. The normal being the HX. So let's look at Marilyn. Marilyn, who knows you better?
I think Dex, that little talk on the stage. I'm going to say Dex. Yeah.
All right.
Cool. Does
that rolled
roll
me over?
Oh, I thought so. I thought we had some rolls that were about to happen. Awesome. So you've got a question you can ask, and you get to mark an XP in the free XP section. We'll give you a moment or two. Screwloose, who knows you better? You got scenes with several people. I'm so excited.
Yeah. Sort of tied between Cat Lady and Ariel. So I'll give it to Ariel.
Fair enough. All right. Dex, who knows you better?
I mean, I think it's Marilyn.
Cool.
I wouldn't throw this opportunity at Ariel until she's had a chance to maybe talk with Princess, or we have another scene. But
sweet. All right. Well, let's roll into some stars and wishes, friends.
Probably pick mine.
Oh. Sorry, Ariel. Yes. Ariel, who do you know better? I'm so sorry.
I think probably Screw Loose. We had pretty intense conversation, and I think there were some good things in there.
Very much.
A quick question before we do the stars and such. Are we doing the 1 free XP? It's just without any,
Yeah, we agreed to that, so let's stick to it.
Cool.
look at Ariel rolling over to the next improvement.
I think I'm just one
Yep,
away
yep.
from my next.
Mm-hmm.
I do not know what I'm going to take.
That's it. You guys
Okay.
are advancing so fast now. You're like, bored. I never even got to use this new thing before I get another new thing. It's like making a level or two every session in a D&D game. Too much, too fast. I'm joking. Just being a dork. Let's do stars and wishes. We'll start with wishes so we can end with stars. Who'd like to lead us off for wishes?
I want some scene with Skrulus because I don't think I had anything this session. So yeah.
Okay, cool.
There were interactions, but like through.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Anything else, Alex?
I look forward to being cowardly. I hope it doesn't hurt anyone else.
Nice. You'd like to go next with wishes.
Would have liked to spend a bit more time in Big Top.
Oh, okay. Cool. Fair enough. We'll try to get some more scenes in Big Top soon. Anything else, Jan?
No.
Jen or Tyler?
Got one or two. One, I would. I really want a confused melee fight. We haven't had a big old fight. I wouldn't mind that happening. There's a lot of neat things that can go on there, and I wouldn't mind having Ariel do her various means of having asses get kicked. And second, I'd like to have a chance to talk with Dex, something where we can really go beyond the superficial. And there's a lot of things on the table now we can dig into.
Sounds good to me. I very much want to see a scene between Dex and Ariel after Dex's appraisal of Ariel. That was very fascinating. Jen, you're up. You have any wishes?
Yeah, I didn't think I was going to be able to get that appraisal out in the open anytime. So that was very nice. Let's see. I would be perfectly happy for Milk to put me in some kind of trouble. Or just to have some things happen that sort of highlight Dex's personal precarity. Because, she's canny, she's smart, she has allies, she knows how to get along, but she's this soft doctor person. And so she's kind of at the mercy of other people.
I'm sure we can work something out. You get to go first with stars. Do you have any stars to hand out?
I mean, stars, it's been fun to watch Marilyn just be an utter mess this session. That's been very, very entertaining. It's once you pull him out from the cockpit of a vehicle, he's like, I don't know what to do. Where am I going? What's going on? And that's very entertaining. I enjoyed Screwloose's description of Marilyn as his best friend's friend, or his friend's best friend. That's just cute. I like seeing the drones get outside and play. and do some things and get used creatively. I think that the NPC work has been really great this session.
Thank you.
I loved seeing Ariel get to be a busybody and also do another performance. I like it anytime Ariel gets a chance to perform.
Same.
And that's my stars.
Thank you, Jen. Tyler, you're up. Have any stars?
Indeed, I do. Loved Maryland this time around. The awkwardness of fame was well played and interesting. I liked our interactions because it made Ariel, who there's that kind of love-hate between Maryland and Ariel a lot of times. And this was it felt like Ariel going, oh, poor thing, trying to make you some money off of your fame, trying to take care of you, seeing you be awkward and thinking, God, I could help him so much, sort of feel. And I thought that was really, really cool. Dex, I thought so much was neat tonight. I love that whole cat lady interaction. It was creepy and scary and kind of, very personally creepy and scary for Ariel, but I thought that whole thing was really good. I also really enjoyed the interactions you had with Screw Loose. I thought that at the top really set a feel and was really nice. Just all around, everything you were in tonight was just primo. Jan, I love Screw Loose. I love the kind of sweetness, and Ariel just wants to make him happy and feel like he's loved and all of that. And I loved what we did together. I thought that was fun. But along with that, I thought that I really liked the scene with Princess. I'm sorry, I reversed those, I believe. It was Cat Lady for you and Princess for Deck. Yeah, but those sets were really, really good. I thought that was neat. I liked the busyness of Screw Loose while injured. I thought that was really cool. Just not being able to sit still, having to do something. I just think that's just good character work. And Rich, all around, I liked a lot of the situations and the ramping tension, creepy of it. It felt like something horrible was on its way, and that was really, really cool.
Thank you. Good. Jan, I don't know if there are any stars left, but do you have any?
Yes.
Yay!
Definitely a big star for my scene with Cat Lady. I was hoping to have I was already thinking look, the first person I'm gonna meet that's wearing a mempo, I'm just gonna get up in their face, and that can backfire. That can get like a, oh hey, yeah, no, you're, because of the way you are, you sort of can get closer to people that normally other people just can't. So I really love that. I loved the scene with Ariel. It was touching. Dex was awesome as usual. The bedside manner is just on point. And also still I'm still floored by that probably came from your cheat sheet again, but whatever it was, that the side effects could have been from that broken bone,
Compart something syndrome.
Don't Google it. I'm not even going to clarify it for you.
No, okay.
It's in the magic of somebody go back and watch the video.
For the viewers back at home, I've told you twice. Here's the third time. Don't Google it.
I really liked that, Marilyn and Screw Loose, even though they were separated, they were still communicating to each other through different channels, sending other people to go hey, just go make sure that it's okay. Yeah, okay.
That was sweet.
So yes, it was All right, good.
Cool. Alex, what about you?
Yeah, I'm going to ditto the, like, okay, yeah, we didn't have a scene together, but we didn't feel disconnected. So it's like, I want that scene to kind of pay off some of that kind of strangely connected, even though we didn't have a scene. There was, with Dex, like, yeah, the bedside manner, and also the kind of, there was that moment before I like tried to read her where there was just this like steal from her. That, you know, this, yeah, which I really like, that kind of, you know, she talks about being, you know, soft Dr. Lady, but there's, you know,
There's some steel there. I can't deny that.
yeah.
Physically soft, mentally
Yeah.
not soft.
Yeah. Which kind of like almost like just sobered up Marilyn, like, just like from that, like, oh, you know, that kind of his danger sense just triggered, and he's like, okay, I need to handle this situation better. I always like Ariel and her interactions with the family, and yeah, I liked having a little bit of a scene with her, and that kind of, yeah, we have a prickly relationship, but yeah, the giving him avenues to profit from this it also gave him me like ideas for the character, which I appreciate. Yeah, Cat Lady was a definitely high point of the session. Just that Screw Loose and Cat Lady together was just like such a good combination of oddness and and yes, yeah, I really like the impending doom of this, like the final part of the session of this like, you know, we're in a trap that's just closing in. You know, it's all happy song, little show, but yeah, that danger that just very quickly felt like it was pressing in. Yeah, I think.
Cool. Real quickly, Tyler, I love that I'm able to say like, oh, what does Ariel sing? And you always have such an amazing answer. It's really, really cool. And it tied like the theming of Be Our Guest with the whole guest of Winkle and the idea of the law of hospitality about to bite Dusk Caraway in the ass is great. I just love that. I think Ariel's really, really on point the way you have her interact with the world. And there's that moment, we mentioned it in chat, but I just want to call it out, of like Ariel and Norval, and her like Ariel's just kind of flippant, like, you know, kind of like you. Yes, exactly. Yes, that's just like me. That was so good. So good. Screw Loose and Cat Lady, I love that they were just so really weird but friendly in an almost inhumane way. Like, they're so odd, and it was great. I love how impressed Screwloose was that you saw my other two drones. No one else notices my other two drones. Like, no sense of self-preservation of like, oh, all of my secret stuff was found out by this cat person. That's really cool. There's something really disarming about Screwloose, and I like that Screwloose and Cat Lady kind of get each other's weirdness. Marilyn's reaction to being foisted onto a throne made him just even more endearing. I really liked that, Alex. That was a great way to play that scene. I just wasn't sure how you would have Marilyn react. I wanted to see what Marilyn would do in that situation.
Yeah, I made some notes like previously, like underneath my character, which were like, do I want fame, glory? You know, do I want these things? And I was like, yeah. I don't think he knew, so that's...
It was good. It was good.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed Dex's interaction with Princess, the way the two almost sparred in some ways. Of Dex is just very frank approximation of Ariel, and also the like, I'm giving you advice here, princess, you should hear it. That was really, really fun. There are a lot of great scenes you guys all threw this way. I quite enjoyed our session. Thank you all very, very
Likewise.
much. We'll bring this session to a close, and we'll see you guys next week.